listening to the radio with John Santo. Thank you, Donna Summer, and welcome to the radio. The radio. We are the number one radio show on the Strong Island Radio Network on this day and on this time. Very popular show. I think this is our 35th or 36th episode. I don't know. I'm only the editor, producer, co-producer. Bobby runs the technical side. I do all the other, the show content side. And we're coming to you live from the beautiful Strong Island Radio Studios in Massapequa, New York. I have a very special guest co-host tonight. He's been on the radio before, and he is a star of radio and television. Please welcome my special guest co-host,
Benny Rizzuti.
Welcome back, Benny.
Hey, back. John. Thank you, John. It's a lot of fun doing radio.
It is. We don't have to put on makeup and and get all dialed up or any of that stuff.
Yeah, now, while we speak, I have a couple of Japanese girls walking on my back.
Yes, I can see that, but the audience can't. We can see each other on Zoom, but the audience can't see that. But we're gonna have another great show. Benny, Benny, the past few weeks I've been doing these movie discussions, movie trivia from famous pictures, and I had Carlo Balerio on the show, Tommy Gooch. Going to get back Danielle, who's phenomenal with television. She's coming on in a couple of weeks. And the audience, the feedback I have gotten is that the show is now listenable. They love that stuff. First, we're just going to do a quick thing on today, things that happened today.
Okay.
1981, Benny. Now, you might remember this. In 1981, the U.S. air traffic controllers went on strike.
I remember this very well.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yep. Ronald Reagan was our president.
Ronald Reagan was only in office about 8 months. And in 72, we ratified the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty. The U.S. unilaterally withdrew from it in 2002. Thank God we got out of that treaty. I love missile defense. Love missile defense.
Can I tell you something?
Please.
While Mr. Reagan put a freeze on using missiles and weapons. At that time, I was a machinist, and I was working on the doors for the MX missile.
Well, 72 was Nixon. He put that in.
This is 70. Oh, okay. I thought we were still in the Reagan era. I'm sorry.
In fact, President Nixon is on. We have Nixon on the line.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Hello. Hello, John. Hello, Benny.
Hello, Dick.
Benny, how are you?
Good.
Love your show, Benny. It was a great TV show. I hope you come back. I love the show. We miss it.
You're welcome back, Mr. President, anytime.
I mean, Santo's okay with the radio, but nothing beats Benny TV. I got to tell you.
Thank you. I'm honored that you're a fan of mine.
I watch it with Abraham Lincoln, and I watch it all the time, and we love it. It's a great show.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Tricky Dick.
That's funny, Benny.
Yeah. Do you mind that? Do they call you Tricky Dick in heaven?
Yeah. In fact, John Adams calls me Tricky Dick, and John Adams, great guy, and we talk a lot about things, and of course George Washington.
All right, let me ask you something else.
Yeah.
How did you wind up in heaven?
Well, all presidents go to heaven, Benny. That's the way it works. I mean, that Watergate shit, that never should have happened. That goddamn idiot Howard Hunt with his stupid White House. Why would you bring your White House ID on a job like that? Can you answer me that question, Benny? What a stupid son of a bitch.
That's a dumbass. Total dumbass.
Dumbass move. Dumbass. Anyway, I've got to go. Ronnie's here. He wants to talk to you about the 81. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Hello, Benny. How are you, Benny?
It's great, Mr. President. It's great to hear from you.
You too.
Now, Mr. President, I had confused something, but when you had put a freeze on nuclear weapons,
Yes.
and you remember that, while you did the freeze on nuclear weapons, I was working in a machine shop on Long Island making the part of the MX missile.
Well, that was a great missile, the MX missile. And
but I wasn't supposed to be making it at the time.
What? Making what? Making what?
I wasn't supposed to be making the MX missile because you had a freeze on missiles.
What missile? I don't know.
I
don't know. See, that's the way you get around these treaties. You say something in public. That's why I always said trust but verify. And, well, they trusted me, but they should have verified. We were still making missiles. And those missiles are great missiles. There's no doubt as to who wins a nuclear war. That's the nice thing. There's no Monday morning quarterbacking with those.
No, I guess not. I guess everyone's a winner with that, except for the
well. If we had our missile defense system, we could have destroyed the enemy missiles, and then whatever got through, we would hit with the ABMs, and then we could have wiped out the enemy. We could have been the only superpower. I should have attacked China and Russia. We wouldn't have had Corona, and we would have destroyed their militaries and been the only superpower.
I never thought of it that way.
Looking back, that was a mistake.
And we could have hung out in Australia for a while until.
No. They over exaggerated the radioactive effects in that movie the day after. It like 2 weeks you can come up out of the ground.
Oh,
like
cool.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Stuff doesn't last forever, and that's assuming we even had any hit. We got hit. I don't think we would have gotten hit. I think we could have I think we could have neutralized them, and that's that.
Wow. Mr. President, you still amaze me.
Thank you.
Even all these years later.
And I don't remember anything about any MX missile. I don't know.
That's right, yeah.
And the Russians didn't know. And if they didn't know that I knew that you were making those missiles, there was no way for them to know what we know.
That's true.
Well, thank you, Mr. President, for dropping by. Well, you're welcome. Benny, it was nice to talk to you again.
Mr. Reagan, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Enjoy
Ronald
yourself.
Reagan, Benny, can you imagine the strategic implications of that? If we could render the enemy nuclear fleet useless, the United States could have taken over as a world superpower. We would have had no problems.
Right, if we would have shot them all out of the sky.
Right. We could have taken out China. We wouldn't be fighting with them economically. We would have taken out their nuclear capability. We would have been the dominant power. See, that's why you need a Sicilian president. If I were president and I had these weapons and these technical options, that changes American foreign policy dramatically.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree with you. That was it,
So my idea is to build a giant battle station in space, right, with a giant directed energy weapon and call it the Sicilian Star.
Cool, yeah.
Nobody messes with the United States with that sucker.
The killer cannoli.
Right, the killer cannoli. Begin Operation Fangul.
Operation Fangul. The Spigadelle from hell.
I just see that there's a Broadhole theater that went out of business.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I'm just reading this now. Where is the Broadhole theater?
It's in Nassau County. I'm trying to think where.
Oh, where?
I don't remember. I went there a long, long time ago. I saw a couple of concerts there.
Oh my God! It's operated out of the Bayway Arts Center in East Islip. I performed there.
Oh, that one.
That one.
Broadhole is now okay. There used to be a Broadhole out in Nassau County, but that one is in East Islip. That's not too far from where I live.
Yeah, that's
That
a
theater
shame.
That theater is closing.
They just redid the whole thing.
Yeah, and they
man,
had gotten hit by the storm last year or something, and they
see, I never refer to it as the Broad. I went to school out there, Dowling.
Yeah.
It was always the Bayway Arts Center. I never
Right.
referred to it as the Broadhole Theater. That's why the name confused me.
Me too.
Oh, that's
And
a
like
shame.
I remember at Broadhole Theater, they used to do dinner theater and they would do concerts.
Yeah,
That was in Nassau County.
When I took my
one,
that was in Nassau, right? Yeah, this one, when I did my theater class, we performed out of there, and then I did comedy out of there too. Long Island Comedy Festival, we did there. Oh,
you guys did. Oh man, I know.
They're such nice people too.
I saw many good shows there too.
Yeah, they did a lot.
Even last summer we saw a show there.
Oh, jeez, that's terrible.
It
nice
is.
people too. Nice.
Yeah.
Right off the Southern State, I would take the Southern State to Sunrise. I'm sorry, to whatever.
Montauk Highway.
Right off right there. You're there in 2 seconds. It was.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
Oh, that's sad. I had no idea. But
a lot of businesses are taking a hit.
Yeah, this is really. Oh, that's sad. The nice people too. Very nice people. I think they had just redone the place with all new seating.
Yes. Yeah.
The chairs were all replaced and
they're
terrible.
going. Yeah.
Just going through the paper here, seeing what's going on, Benny.
Yeah, because people can't go into a theater right now. You know, they were planning to open the movie theaters on Long Island, like July 10th originally. Now they pushed it back. It might not be till September, or October.
Yeah, I don't know when we're going to be out of this this mess. I don't know, like what the I'm waiting for the game-changing solution. But these things. Coronavirus is a form of the common cold. We don't have a vaccine for that. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna be.
But this isn't going away.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, it's not going away.
This isn't like you have a flu season. When you're going to have the flu.
And you know what I always thought was different with the flu? When you have the flu, you have the flu. You stay home. So you can only infect people up until the point where you get symptoms, and then it's like you hope you didn't infect anybody by the time you realize you have it. But with this sucker, you could have it, not know it, infect people, and never know you even had it.
That's why you have to wear a mask.
Wear a mask. You
have to wear a mask because you're preventing you from giving it to someone else. Is what you're
correct.
Doing.
This thing with the mask, right? Is I am perplexed that they didn't recommend this like immediately. Like, I know that the N95 protects you from inbound, but if 2 people are wearing masks to prevent the outbound, then that's going to be effective because it's not in the air to suck in.
Right.
It gets stuck on the mask. So but they wear masks in Asia. When I used to go to the airport and see the flights at the from Asia come in,
right.
A lot of people, travelers, masks. They're big into the masks in other parts of the world. Europe, some parts of Europe, Asia.
I don't know why. I don't think it's going away in this country. Once, right now, it only seems like the East Coast is wearing masks.
Right. But why do people have such a problem? Well, I don't understand why people have a problem with it.
Some people think that you're taking away their rights. You're forcing them to do that or whatever. And then there are some people who claim that if you're breathing in, it's not helping you. You're breathing in the germs, and then you're breathing in. They say you're breathing in carbon monoxide.
No, that's bullshit.
But a doctor who performs surgery wears a mask,
right? Yeah,
and he could be performing a 10-hour surgery on somebody.
Yeah,
and he's wearing a mask. So
I hooked up a pulse ox. I bought a pulse ox, right? So I have my pulse ox on my finger. I wore an N95 with an exhalation valve. What the hell was that? Oh my God, we're getting cream of the storm.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, I just looked at the. Oh wow.
Oh cool, because I have the baseball game on and it's raining like hell in the Bronx.
Yeah, just let me check the weather. Wow, that came. I just heard like a gust of wind outside.
and my window is wet. I knew that the thing was coming tomorrow.
I thought later tonight. Yeah.
Well, oh, it is tonight? Okay, wow. We should be better informed on the radio, right? Because we're the news. I'm going to go to the National Hurricane Center right now and check this out. We'll do it. What celebrity should do this weather update, do you think, Benny Rizzuti, as we morph into the weather?
Okay, let me see what celebrity. I think. How about Tony Soprano?
Tony Soprano for the weather. Okay, let's check it out. Let me go back to the National Weather Service and pull this up. All right, we now go live. Benny, why don't you tell us we're going live to our weather consigliere, Tony Soprano.
We are now going live to our weather consigliere, Tony Soprano.
Benny and John, what the frick is going on? How are you?
How you doing, buddy?
Good. Weather-wise, it's shit. We have a slight chance of showers between 11 and 3, which is already bullshit because it's frickin' pouring out there. So what's a slight chance? It's raining now. If it's already raining, it's 100% chance.
You're absolutely right.
How can it be slight? Anything less than 100 is bullshit.
Tony, you got to tell me, how come being a weatherman is the only job where you could be wrong and you don't get fired?
I don't understand it. You know, it's like being in the mob and never having a chance of getting whacked. I mean, come on. It says 40% chance of rain. It's raining now. So Tuesday night, Benny, you was right. I looked it up. Tropical storm conditions expected tonight, Tuesday night. Wait, what's tonight?
Tonight's Monday.
Oh, shit. Tonight's Monday. All right. Tonight's 40% chance of whatever the frick.
Back. Okay. Let's see how far we can go. Sorry about that. We had a power outage here at Paradise Studios.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm apologizing to Tony. You know what I'm saying? He was right in the middle of his weather.
That's all right. We'll redo it. No problem.
I'm sorry, Mr. Soprano.
Yeah.
Actually, this is kind of cool. It'll be the emergency broadcast system.
All right. Too bad we can't make that noise.
Oh, that thing. Hold on. Let's see. Actually, wait a second. We're still getting the closed captioning here on the computer. Let's see. Maybe we weren't off the air. I don't know. All right, let's see.
Yeah, just start it up again. So from him.
Yep. So let me do the emergency. I'm going to try to find that sound, Benny. That's a good idea. Broadcast system sound. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Hold on. Can you hear it?
No, I can't. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we still got Donna Summer on in the background. That's fine.
Yeah, now I do.
We interrupt the radio to bring you this special announcement. Oh, we're gonna have fun with that.
Yeah. And how about Sean Connery saying that?
Oh, this is the other one. Listen.
Yeah.
That's the other one. So you know what I'm going to do, Benny?
What?
I'm going to play them all. I'm going to play.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah, do them all.
We have fun. Every time we do something, Benny, even if something happens, we have fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to play. I think there's one more. I'm going to play all three. This is such a significant emergency. We're going to tone them both down.
All right, cool.
All right, in just under a minute, millions of...
I don't know what the hell that is. Let's see. Okay.
I don't know if we're still. I think we're live.
I don't know.
Because I'm getting closed captioning on Facebook. I think we're on the air, Benny. Let's see what Bobby says. Yeah. We apologize to the audience if we are on the air.
If we are on the air. Yeah, it says that we're still on.
I think we're still on because I'm getting a live feedback on Bookface. Yeah, we have many viewers. All right, let's assume we're back on the air. Can you hear it on your phone? On the air, Benny. We apologize to the audience. Yeah, we're on the air. Okay, good. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we had a technical problem. And so what we're going to go live now. We're going to interrupt our own show with this. And this. We are implementing, Benny, the national. Oh, now we got them both going. The National Broadcast. What is it? The
National Emergency Broadcast System.
This is a significant event. Oh, now I can't turn them off, Benny. I can't turn them off. Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt the radio to bring you an emergency message from the Emergency Broadcast System. Benny, this is an emergency. We're going to go back to Tony Soprano, our weatherman.
All right.
Holy shit. What a fucking disaster. You lost power.
Yeah, you lost power in the studio.
There's a slight chance of bad weather, Betty, but we lost power. It's pouring, it's raining, and it's flooding at Yankee Stadium, but only a slight chance. Are you shitting me? Wait, we got to get Mike. Betty, we got to get Mike Francesa to talk about this.
Yes, yeah, get it. Mike.
Hi, Benny. This is a total disaster. I cannot understand that the weather people, with all due respect to Tony Soprano, I'm talking about the National Weather Service, to say that there's a slight chance of rain when it is pouring at Yankee Stadium. I mean, you just told me that the dugout is flooded. Is that true?
That's true. The dugout's flooded. There's goldfish in the pond over there.
So these comments are directed to the National Weather Service. By the way, that was very funny. These comments are directed to the National Weather Service. You are telling the people during a downpour that there is a slight chance of rain. And you said that with a straight face? Really? It's pouring at Yankee Stadium. Mike would flip out like that too, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would.
Well, I did flip out. I'm right here. What are you talking about? Be like, I'm not right here. I'm right here. That is a total disaster. Benny, what was the score of the Yankee game before it went into rain delay?
I believe the score was 3-1, Mike. But I was talking to Ronald Reagan, so yeah, 3-1.
About 3-1. We're going to check in on the Mets. Ironically, Benny, the Mets had bases loaded, and Cano surprisingly didn't hit into his mandatory double play. He usually hits into an like clockwork. He hits into an inning-ending double play. No doubt. But it is now 7-2. Mets are winning, but they're
winning.
They'll blow.
What inning is it?
They are in the bottom of the sixth with 2 outs and a runner on first. DeGrom is pitching to Darno, who used to be his catcher. Darno, the Mets were winning. They were up by like 8 runs the other day, and they blew the game because Darno got like a clutch hit. He never got that kind of a hit when he was playing for the Mets, but when he plays against the Mets, then he gets hit.
Then he gets a hit. What happens to the players when they go, Mike? When they go to the Mets, what happens?
They decline.
Yoenis Cespedes,
no.
he was very good outside. He comes to the Mets, had one good season with them, and then he turned into a clown, a circus clown.
Absolutely. And then when somebody leaves the Mets, like Justin Turner, like all these other players that have left, then you can just, as soon as a player like that leaves the Mets, they notify Cooperstown to prepare for them to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. As soon as they leave the Mets.
That's true.
It's absolutely incredible.
Total disaster. Total. And the Cespedes thing is a total disaster because he handled that terribly. Just say, I'm opting out. Nobody would have said a word. There would have been no story. None. Right. I'm opting out. I'm opting out. Guys, stay healthy. Good luck. All the best. Let's go Mets. And go home. They had to send security to this hotel. Thought he was dead.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Well, I'll come back if there's any weather updates. Maybe Tony will come back. But National Weather Service blew this game. They blew the game.
They did.
They really did. I mean, slight chance of rain, and it's pouring. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mike Francesa, for our sports update. Benny, did you see the historic landing for SpaceX?
Yes. Yeah.
First U.S. splashdown in 45 years.
It's been 45 because we had the space shuttle, so we were landing on wheels. Right.
Yep. So from 1975 was Apollo Soyuz. That was the last Apollo mission. And a couple of years after the moon landing and Skylab wrapped up, they did that Apollo Soyuz flight where we docked with the Russians.
We docked with the Russians, right? The Soyuz.
And then Soyuz. So, people are like, well, we haven't had an American spacecraft in 9 years. From 2011. Well, yeah, but 1975, that was the last Apollo flight. Shuttle flies 81. That's 6 years. I mean, so whenever there's a transition from spacecraft to spacecraft, there's usually a gap of no flights in between.
All right, but this is a different. Now we're talking about a commercially made.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Yep. Now we're in all new territory.
At a different. Now this is a capsule that was made commercially, not made by NASA.
Correct. I mean, NASA's operating with them, like they're partners on the operation of the spacecraft, but no. All the spacecraft are made by private companies, but this one is being operated by a private company as well. It's in conjunction with NASA.
Now, what you said first, the NASA, like the Apollo and stuff. Sure, you have commercial companies, private companies that subcontract because there's no way that like one shop could make everything for that capsule. So it's always
subcontractors.
It's always subcontractors, and I know people who made parts for the space shuttle.
There's thousands of contract. There's one main contractor, right? And then there's subcontractors. Right. You can take even a commercial plane. You got an engine company, a landing gear company, an airframer, an avionics company. All those are separate companies,
right.
And that's just the main system, But this is big because this has never happened before where we've had a private. I almost look at it like the airlines. The post office started the air routes, the government,
right,
and then eventually private companies took over those routes and became commercially viable businesses. Same thing is going to happen with space.
Yeah.
I think, not as quickly because it's more complicated.
It took a long time because it was President Ronald Reagan who opened up space to commercial companies.
Yeah. Yeah, well, with satellite launches and stuff. But this is now manned. Yeah, this is big.
Right. But that was the 80s, and it took all these years. It took 45 years.
Well, the technology is so incredible. Like, when you had a booster rocket, you boosted a rocket into space, it splashed down off the coast of Florida. Now they're landing off the coast and reuse. I'm like, the math for that must be ridiculous.
That's
to be able
amazing.
To boost it up and then let it free fall and then have a rocket land on essentially a postage stamp in the middle of a football field. I mean, that's what you're talking about in terms of the ocean versus the size of the ship. It's incredible.
Oh yeah, and they had to actually move the landing of the capsule the other day. It was going to land in the Atlantic Ocean,
right?
But because of the storm, the slight chance of rain, they landed in the Gulf.
Betty, Apollo flights used to. The early Mercury flights used to land off in the Caribbean and
But then Apollo was always Pacific. Why do you think they went back to just to get it closer to Cape Canaveral for the recovery?
Possibly, yeah. Possibly to get it closer because maybe, it's more cost effective for the company that made it. It's more cost effective to bring it back closer to where it was manufactured, so they can work on and analyze it. Then, because think if they landed in the Pacific, then they have to put it on a flatbed truck or something and drive it cross country,
right?
Or
fly it, or
fly it. And the space shuttle used to piggyback,
right, on the 747,
right? Yeah, they used to piggyback it on the 747 for wherever it landed. If it landed in Texas or wherever they landed it, they would have to piggyback it on a plane. So I don't think you could piggyback this capsule, and it was probably a lot easier that way.
A lot easier, yeah. It's funny because somebody did a meme on the shuttle, and it's like, how come they make you weigh your bag? This is such a stupid. As an aviation person, it really pissed me off. It's like they can carry a space shuttle on the 747, but they make you weigh your bag. I'm like, all right. First of all, the space shuttle generates its own lift. It's got its own wings. It's generating lift, and it's like.
And there's no one in the plane except for in the cockpit.
That's it.
Right? That's it. Yeah. There's nobody on it.
My old boss, before he flew as an astronaut, his job was to fly in a T-38 ahead of the 747 carrying the shuttle. And he would fly ahead of it. He was the program manager. The first thing he did was manage the transatlantic abort sites in Africa and Europe. That's where they would abort and land. And then the other job he had was bringing the shuttle back to the Cape.
Cool.
So he said one time they had to make an emergency landing due to building thunderstorms in Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. So all these people were in the terminal, and they see the shuttle landing on the top of the 747. They were like, holy cow. Then they had to get the military to come out and secure it. Because you have this, this multi-billion-dollar, I think it was a $4 billion spacecraft.
Wow.
Sitting on the, at a commercial airport with no security. That was, that could have been a problem.
Yeah. Wow.
So, and then Wilford Brimley died.
Yes.
Wilford Brimley died. That was a shame.
I know. But, he looked old. He was one of those actors that always looked old to me.
Right. Even like in the 80s. Like 40 years ago, he looked old.
In the movie The Thing, he looked old. In Cocoon, he looked like he had 1 foot in the grave.
I got to tell you a funny story about Cocoon. I was on a Southwest flight coming back to New York, right? Fort Lauderdale to MacArthur, and Southwest. So I'm the first person online because I bought the A group. But they pre-board the wheelchairs, right? So I'm like, all right, when they board, I'll board with this. It was me and 4 other people pre-board. And then this woman was like, can you believe the nerve of these people? I'm like, what are you talking about? They're on wheelchairs. Where's your compassion, you crazy psycho? There was like a whole line of like 15 people in wheelchairs. So she's like, it's a scam. They do that to get on the plane early without paying. And she goes, you watch. When we land at MacArthur, they're all going to jump up. And I'm like, lady, that's a really cynical. That's really, come on. That's not nice. Right. These are elderly people, right? Well, sure as shit, we land at MacArthur. I mean, a couple of them were real legitimate people that couldn't move very well, right?
Right.
But that woman was right. They jumped up. They were like, so I go, oh my God, it's like Cocoon. They're all cured. And I'm like, so I was wearing my glasses. I'm like, oh my God, I don't need these anymore. I can see perfectly now.
Yeah, that's great.
And my shoulder's not bothering me anymore. They got so... You had to see them, Betty. They're running down to get the luggage.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, what a... and that delayed our flight by a half an hour. All those pre-boards. Now, I was okay with that when I thought they really needed the wheelchair.
Yeah.
But when I found out, like, this cynical, typical Long Islander, she had to be from Long Island.
Right, yeah.
Typical Long Island, oh my God, can you imagine the Gaul? I'm like, the Gaul, they're elderly. But she was right. I apologized to her when we got off the plane. I said, "Ma'am, got to tell you, you're right, and I just got more material for my act. So thank you."
But you brought that up. We do it legitimately because the last 2 times I flew, last year and the year before, we went to Florida, and Nancy had back surgery.
Okay.
So she had titanium rods put in her back to keep her vertebrae straight, right?
Right.
And because she was in a bus accident, so her back was she had back surgery. So like she earlier today, a few hours earlier, she said it's going to rain like hell soon because her back was killing her. She goes, it takes a wheelchair when we go.
Yeah, but that's different. She really needs. Yeah,
but it helps me out.
Oh, sure, right.
Yeah,
right.
me and anyone else we go in first. We go in first. We get our seat, but she stays in the wheelchair the whole time.
Right.
Wheel her. And it's a lot easier to wheel her than to have a walk anyway.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so I look at the advantage of that. But yeah, we're not jumping up in the air and saying getting the hell out.
No, but those
we're not
Benny,
scamming. But they have to have some kind of proof to use that wheelchair. They can't just make something up.
Yeah, I don't know. There was like 15 of them all lined up. I counted.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. But like again, I'm just sitting there fat, dumb, and happy. I'm on my phone. I'm listening to music. I'm waiting for the flight. I'm like looking around the airport. I don't, whatever. I'm like, what am I going to do? When they call me, then I board, right? But this woman she just started chatting me up. And first of all, I don't fly that airline anymore.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to fly any airline anymore. Because Delta, I actually thought stood for, does every lunatic take airplanes? Because I met more crazy people on Delta than any other carrier.
I agree with you.
I fly JetBlue, but JetBlue has a lot of. I really wish they could board the flights, the seating, even the flight number. Like, stupid people should all be on the same flight, right? The people that don't understand very simple carry-on rules, right? That bring like the trunk from that Rose had in Titanic and think it's going to fit under the seat. Those people. So stupid people, they're all on one flight, right? And then savvy people like me that know all the rules, that pack the right way, that have a bag that fits under the seat, a bag that fits that actually buys a little bit of a smaller bag so I don't push the envelope. And you could board 400 of me, right? With efficiency for every 2 of these idiots. that take forever. Oh, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to put that in the. You're an idiot. All the airlines have websites with all the rules.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I didn't know that a 20 by 20 case wouldn't fit under a seat. They're idiots. Yeah. So stupid people on one and people with no tact. These rude assholes. They're on one flight, and then people like us that know the rules and everything. We're on another flight.
Okay, yeah.
I'm actually going to. I've been trying to get investors to start an airline. I want to start an airline that's only for smart people.
Common sense commuting.
Common sense air. I love it.
Common sense air. There you go.
So I got to tell you, this is an actual story that happened to me in the year 2000. It was on Delta.
CSA.
On a Delta flight. CSA, Common Sense Airways. I'm on a flight, and I barely see this thing, Benny. This woman, the whole overhead is empty. I'm about to put my bag up there. I got a rollerboard bag.
Right.
And I happen to see, because I'm tall, that this woman had a dress taking up the entire overhead bin in a plastic dry cleaning bag.
Man.
On a hanger.
Wow.
But you laid it flat. So I said, I could have just put my bag in there and not even seen it.
Right? Yeah.
And just scrunched it all into the back of the bin. I happened to see it, and I'm like, oh, whose is this? She goes, that's mine. What are you doing with it? And I'm like, oh, well, if you get, I'll head to the flight attendant. They'll hang it in the closet for you, maybe. She goes, well, what's wrong with where it was? So I'm like, well, it's going to get crushed. She's like, no. I don't want anybody to put a bag in there. She wanted the whole overhead bin for her one outfit.
Man, yeah.
So 3 bags with how much can a bag hold? A lot of garments.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot. So you're allowed 40 pounds of carry-on. So 120 pounds of carry-on. She wanted the whole thing to take up, like, what does a dress weigh? A pound?
Oh, yeah. Not
Whatever.
even. Right.
Not even. Well,
Yeah.
she had the ruffles on it. So who the hell? I'm like, what an idiot! I should have just put the bag in there and just been an asshole,
right?
And not even said anything. She probably wouldn't have known until we landed. So those are the kinds of people that are assholes. But then, you know, I will give her credit though. At the end, when they hung it up, she's like, "Thank you. That was nice." Now I realize what you were doing. So she was like, she went into asshole immediately because she's probably from New Yorker.
All right, because I was going to ask. So you put your bag somewhere else in a different compartment.
Oh, no, I took her dress out.
Oh, you did take it out.
I gave it to the flight attendant. I'm like, could you, it won't take up in the room in the closet. They hung it up for her.
Right.
And then me and 2 other guys put our bags up in the overhead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then when she
and then she realized that hanging it up is better because you know what? She's lucky she got nice guy John Santo. Most people just throw the bag up. They don't even look.
She would have gotten someone just like her. Who would have threw it up there and then oh, you know, I had a dress in it. You had a dress because I would be like, what? Why did you lay a dress flat? I thought it was me the way I am. I would have thought, oh, the stewardess put a little blanket or something under here, or there's a little plastic. I would have never thought that somebody would be dumb enough to lay a dress out there.
Now, worst case, we probably would have put the bags in and then laid that on top.
Yeah.
If they couldn't hang it, we would have done that. But she was like, nobody should touch that. It's mine. You have no right to touch it. I get the whole overhead. For one dress. I'm like...
Maybe she didn't fly much.
Now, I'll tell you what happened on the flight now. I didn't even know what happened until the end. Then it all became clear. Because, again, I mind my business. When I get on a plane, I mind my business. I'll sign autographs for anybody who asks. Nobody ever does. But I just get on the plane and I hang out. I'm usually listening to stuff. So this guy was seated in the back, right? I was in the front, and he put his bag in the overhead, and then walked to the back of the plane. Right? I don't even realize what's going on. So then when we land. And I guess he was like the first person on the plane. They must have thought the bag was left from the prior flight because nobody was sitting anywhere near it.
Yeah.
And they asked me if it was something about my bag. I said, no, all I had was a briefcase because I was going down to Washington for the day. I didn't have a bag. I just had my suit. I said, no, I didn't bring any luggage. I had no idea why they were asking. We get to Washington. They took his bag off thinking it was somebody left it from the prior flight.
Wow.
And he was without his bag.
So why did he do that? Yeah.
People, because they don't want to carry it for the whole. First of all, you got to try to keep your bag as close as you can. I lock my carry-on bag. Somebody could steal your stuff out of the bag if you're not with it. I lock the bag. I put the bag under the seat. You go to the bathroom, they can get your passport, whatever. They go through your bag. That's why I lock it. I have locks on all my bags. Yeah,
right. Yeah, and I wouldn't want my bag so far away that I can't keep an eye on it.
Hell no. I'm usually carrying 10, 15 grand in cash.
Yeah. Doing a drop off, right? You got to drop that cash off to
whoever.
To whoever. Anyway, look, it's 9:46, and you told me something about movie trivia.
Holy crap! With the emergency, Benny, I forgot all about it.
All right.
Let's do James. You want to do James Bond or Batman? You're the guest co-host. You get to pick. We may not have enough time to do Bond.
James
Bond. All right, we'll do Bond. All right. Okay. All right. So let's do Bond. So, what was? You go first. You ask me a Bond trivia.
A Bond trivia question?
Yes.
Okay. Wait a minute. All right, I'm trying to think. I'm
going to pull up one on my computer.
You what?
I'm going to pull up one on my computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up a question for you. I have to confirm it myself. Oh wait, I know what it is. Double O meeting. Oh, well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Not trivia. Let's do this. What are the? Who are the best Bond villains? Let's do the best Bond villain of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and whatever decade 2010, whatever that one is, the 10s. Let's do one for each of the 50 years of 007. So, who is the best villain from the 60s?
From the 60s. All right. I would say Goldfinger. I like Goldfinger.
Goldfinger, yep.
And he had his henchman. So he had a really cool henchman, Odd Job.
Odd Job, right.
Odd Job with a stainless steel hat. It looked like a bowler, but he would he'd spin it like a frisbee and it would chop off someone's head.
Yeah. Now, who was the best? And they made fun of that in Austin Powers. It's like, show them what you do. And he was like, yeah, that was funny. Let's see. Who was the best villain of the 70s?
The best villain of the 70s. I don't know. Wow. How about you tell me yours first.
I have two favorites. It's a tie. I have two. Mr. Stromberg from The Spy Who Loved Me.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you like that one? Okay.
Yeah, and Drax from Moonraker.
From Moonraker was the 60s, the 70s.
No, 1979. Mr. Drax. He just made it. He made it under the wire. Mr. Drax.
Okay, Moonraker was the 70s. All right. I thought that
79.
79. All right.
Yes, sir. I don't even have to look that up. I don't have to look that up.
Okay. All right. So yeah, no, I liked him and who was all right, I liked him, and I'm trying to think of who else in the 70s you see.
And which was the best Bond movie of the 70s? Which movie was the best?
Which was the best? Okay, Moonraker is definitely, without a doubt, one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, me too.
I love that opening scene where he gets thrown out of the plane and he's in his tuxedo fighting to get a parachute. That is amazing.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
I like The Spy, and The Spy Who Loved Me started the same way. He goes off the cliff in the snow with the parachute. So those were my two favorite villains of the 70s, and those are my two favorite movies of the 70s.
Yeah,
so those two.
The Spy Who Loved Me is the one in Egypt with the pyramids and everything.
Yes,
right?
and they were both the Jaws movies.
Yes, so, Jaws was it.
Those movies, those are great ones. We only have 5 minutes left, so let's go into the 80s, and let's do best villain and best movie.
All right, best villain and best movie of the 80s. Wow,
these are good ones, right? These are good.
Yeah.
So
they are, but it makes you think because I love so many of them.
So we had 81. You had For Your Eyes Only, where the villain is back from the one that killed his wife.
Right.
The bald guy, Blofeld or whatever.
Blofeld. And then it was played by different people. Yeah.
Different people. And then 83 was Octopussy and Never Say Never Again. They did two. 85 was View to a Kill. 87 was The Living Daylights. So Christopher Walken, I think, was the best Bond villain.
You liked him, yeah?
I think maybe, yeah.
I liked Octopussy.
Octopussy too. The Indian guy, the Afghan guy.
Right.
I'm working on a Roger Moore impression. Can I do it for you real quick?
Yeah, do it.
When that guy Kamal Khan goes, he just lost to Bond and Baccarat. He goes, "Spend the money quickly, Mr. Bond. Life could be unexpectedly short." And he goes, "And you too, Kamal Khan."
Yeah.
He's like very smooth.
I liked Roger Moore. I really did.
Me too. I like Timothy Dalton too.
Yeah, Timothy Dalton was good, and I really like Pierce Brosnan, and that was in 2000.
95 was GoldenEye. Yeah.
GoldenEye. Okay, 95 is GoldenEye. I like the last one he did was with Halle Berry.
Die Another Day.
Die Another Day.
Yeah.
I really liked that, and I liked the villain twist in that. I like that.
Yes. Yes, that was. But what was it? Who was the villain? Elliot Carver was a good villain in Tomorrow Never Dies.
Right.
That was all the Pierce Brosnan ones were really good.
They were. I really liked them.
Oh no, the best villain. World Is Not Enough. Electra King, because you don't know she's the villain until later.
I don't remember the world.
She was the daughter. She was the daughter of the guy with the money that the money blew up MI6 headquarters, and Bond goes out in the boat onto the river.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. But Living Daylights was my favorite movie of the 80s. I liked all the Pierce Brosnan. All those were great. I liked all the Daniel Craig. Quantum of Solace was okay.
I liked towards the end what he did with, and having Javier Bardem.
In Skyfall. Oh, he was the best.
Skyfall.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she sent you after me, knowing you were not ready, knowing you would likely die. Mommy was very bad. That was that guy, Javier Bardem. He was the best. That was
Javier Bardem. He's really good.
One of the top Bond villains of all time. When he goes, "Was that for me?" No, that was in the train. That was great. Oh,
he was really good. And in the next Bond coming out, Rami Malek, who played. Yeah, he's going to be the villain.
And that guy Christoph, what's his name, is in it too.
Christoph Waltz.
Waltz, yeah. But here's the thing with this whole thing with the bomb with the new 007. 007 can only be James Bond, right? You can have there are 8 other 00. So not only can you not have 007 being anything but James Bond, he can't even be another male character. You can't even have a 007 named Reginald Thornburg. Like, it has to be James Bond. James Bond. All the other 00s you can make you can have the same actress as 005.
Right.
No problem. I loved Michelle Yeoh in that. They always had great strong female agent characters. Halle Berry. But James Bond is the core of the franchise. All the other jobs. M could be a man or a woman. I really want Idris Elba to play the next Bond. Because he'd be badass with the goatee and the tuxedo.
He would. I think he would have been good, but
he would have been great. Now you could take the same actress. I mean, she looks phenomenal, right? But have her be 008. You want to give her her own series? Have her be 008. 002.
But you can't make her. Yeah, I agree. It has to be James Bond.
James Bond. Like, even if Idris Elba got the role as 007, he can't be Reginald Thornburg. He's got to be James Bond.
He's got to be James Bond. That's how you 007. I agree with that.
That's every other character. M, you could change Q. You could have different people play Bond, but it has to be James Bond.
But even with Q and M, didn't they change? Like, now there's that young kid and he's not Q, I don't think.
Well, he's Q, but it's like a reboot of the series, so it's like a young Q.
I like John Cleese.
John Cleese. Oh, he was awesome.
Yeah.
I think Bobby's going to count us out. I think we're at the end of the show, right, Bobby?
Yeah, we're about to wrap it up, so it's about that time.
Because D.B. Frick, his hit TV show is debuting right after Oz. This new Strong Island Radio and TV network, Benny Rizzuti.
Yeah.
8 o'clock, you got Tea Time with Teresa. You got this show, and then you go to it's like the Love Boat Fantasy Island on ABC.
Yeah, and it's actually predicted that DB Frick, Welcome Back to America, featuring DB Frick and the Not Ready for Jihad players, we're predicting that also is going to be the #1 show on this network in that time slot.
In that time slot.
Cool. So in that time slot too.
Yeah.
So Monday nights from 8 to 11 is packed with all the #1 shows.
Wow, that's great.
I'm right in the middle.
Yeah,
I got a lead show before me and a hit show after me. Packed.
You're the meat in this comedy sandwich.
That's right.
Wow. Yeah, that's right.
And Teresa.
And I'm the provolone tonight.
And let me tell you something.
You're the good goods.
Terrific. DB's going to be fantastic. Bobby's fantastic. Benny Rizzuti's fantastic. This show is fantastic.
And actually, President
thank you
Trump.
for coming on, Benny Rizzuti. We're going to have you back. Obviously, we'll have you back.
Soon. Let me know, buddy. I'd love to come on. It's great seeing both of you guys. Thank you, John, for having me. Bobby, great seeing you again.
Thank you.
Take care.
And thank everybody for thank you to the audience for listening. We did our first. Let's do the emergency broadcast system one more time. There we go. We had a real emergency during the show, and had that been an actual emergency, you would have heard instructions after the tone. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Tune in next week when my guest will be. Oh shit! Who's next week? We'll find out before next week. Good night, and thanks for listening to the radio.
Good night. Take care.